Welcome to this tutorial on how to create a scalable 2D pause menu that works on different screen sizes with Unity. So we're going to start by creating a canvas by right-clicking inside the hierarchy, go to UI and create canvas. For the settings, we're going to leave this at render mode, screen space overlay, choose pixel perfect, change the UI scale mode to scale with screen size, leave the reference resolution to 800 by 600 and put the match to 0.5. Next, let's create our panel by right-clicking the canvas, going back to UI and selecting panel. For this video, we're going to put an image inside the panel. We're going to change the transparency. We're also going to make this panel a little smaller and use the preset to center it to our canvas. Lastly, we're going to use the preset to bring the anchor points to the edge of this canvas and create two buttons. Next, let's create the text. We're going to go inside our presets and press Alt to access the anchor points and position and put it right on the top. Next, let's go to our buttons. So we'll start with the play and we're going to position it and anchor it to the bottom left. Next, go with the quit, position and anchor to the right. I would like them to be moved a little. I'm going to look into the rect transform and see that my position, I'm going to set them to 120 by 45. I'm going to use these and basically copy them over to my quit button. So this will be -1 and the Y will be 45. And now they're perfectly symmetrical. I'm going to change the screen size and see what happens. And everything is scaling the way that we want it to. So we've seen it's essential to set up your canvas properly. By choosing the screen space overlay, it will ensure that your pause menu is going to be on front of your game. Pixel perfect is just going to keep your image sharper. You have to set the UI scale mode to scale with screen size. Whichever resolution you prefer to work with is what you should set. The match will make your UI elements scale on the width only or on the height only or anywhere in between. The pivot point is what's considered to be the center of your UI element. Right now we're looking at this button. The pivot point is this blue circle. Wherever that blue circle is placed is what's going to be considered to be the center of this image. Anchor points can have different configuration. Let's start with the single point. Visually, the anchor point is represented with these 4 triangles, and the position of my button is the distance between the pivot point, the anchor point. The other key configuration for your anchors is you can stretch it over. You can see that each one of the points are in the corner of the canvas. What these numbers are now instead is the distance between the anchor point and the edge of your picture. We have a look and we move our screen. We see that we always have this distance between the edge of the panel and the distance to the anchors. This here is the anchor preset. The yellow dot represents the anchor point that you can set it to. You can press Alt to also set the position, which is set by the white square. Shift will allow you to preset the pivot points, and you may also press Shift and Alt to have a combination of all 3. Now that you've made a pause menu that can be scaled with different screen sizes, you may need a way to activate it. If that's the case, watch the video right here.